Hi there. There's snow on the ground outside, so it's time to do the tire rotate on the Q7. And I'm going to give you a tutorial on how best to do it, considering some of the other factors that I wasn't able to find in other videos on the internet, such as the adaptive air suspension and the tire pressure monitoring. So I won't leave anything out. This will be complete, but I'm going to go quick. I'm not going to show you every single tire, so we'll just show you all the steps so that you can do this yourself at home. The less we got to lift the car, in my book, the better. So with a dynamic adaptive suspension system, we can lower the car to its lowest settings. From the highest to the lowest, it's about a 6-inch. So getting the car down half a foot on the suspension makes it so that our jack height in this little area here is going to be significantly reduced. Lower center of gravity is ultimately better for stability when you're working on the car anyway. Okay, we're inside the vehicle now. You don't need the vehicle running, but you do need the accessory ignition on, just not the engine. So you will need the keys in the vehicle, and you'll push the start button without your foot on the brake just to get the infotainment system up and running. You're going to go to vehicle settings, and when you're in your drive select mode, put it down to dynamic. You'll notice there that, of course, if you're familiar with the adaptive suspension, it's going to lower the suspension now to its lowest setting. Next thing we're going to do is turn to the left with the jog dial and go down to service and checks. In the service and checks menu, you're going to go down to the air suspension wheel change mode. Turn that on. Essentially, that's locking the suspension in place so that when we start lifting up the vehicle, it won't start trying to raise the other side to balance it out. You also want to have your park brake on. Make sure that's pulled up before you start jacking the car up. Next thing we're going to do is just stick a couple blocks of wood on either side of one of the tires that we're not going to be working on yet. The nuts on your Audi have these plastic wheel caps, and in your toolbox it came with this little clip, which you're going to put in there till it clicks, and then you're going to pull these caps off.
Next, you're going to use your breaker bar to loosen the nuts just until you hear the crack. You're just loosening them a tiny little bit before we raise the car.
Your car came with one of those keys. That's got to go in first. There we go. There. I'm going to be using the standard Audi jack that comes with the vehicle, with the Q7. It has this cylinder here, which fits directly into the cylinder concave part underneath the vehicle. So it's pretty stable actually to use that. The same size 17 nut can be used in the jack. All right, we're definitely loose now. Just for extra measure, I'm gonna take one of the, can't do all 4 tires at the same time, so get an extra tire. I'm gonna stick it under the car here, next to the jack. In case something happens and it does fall, I'd rather fall in a tire than fall in the front. All right. Now we can finish off loosening the rest of these nuts. It comes off nice and easy. Before putting the tires on the car, we're just going to check the air pressure. Make sure they're all set right. The correct air pressure is going to be indicated on the driver's side door on a sticker. For me, it says 36. So I'm just going to check that these are at 36. Pump them up if need be. Each tire only is designed to rotate in one way, so just so the left side of the car and the right side of the car has designated tires to be used, just how it was mounted to the rim. So here, this one's a driver side tire, so that's the one that's going to go on there. There we go. All right. Gotta turn it so it lines up with the holes. Go. Lined up. I'm gonna take the nuts here and just give a little bit of rust along the edge. Just gonna give it a brushing. Make sure there's kind of nothing stuck in there that could cross thread. All right, get these in one at a time. So that's just hand tightening at this point. We'll kind of do the opposite skein. We'll do one nut on one side and then one on the other. So with the tire on, the next thing is, we're going to bring it down off the jack. I'm not comfortable torquing it with it up in the air like this. I feel that torquing the tire can just as easily be done with the car flat on the ground, but I don't want them like loose, like hand tight. So I'll just give it a little bit, just with the breaker bar, just to make sure each nut is just snug. Now we can bring the jack down. Don't forget to move the tire out of the way when we're bringing it down. So with the car on the ground, now we're going to get the torque wrench out. So the torque wrench has to be set to 120, and in the tightening position. And you'll do the thing where you alternate one after the other, like opposites. We're just going to torque these to the 120. Just for the click.
Now you have 3 more tires to do, so if you've got kids, this is where you can put them to work. Preparing the valves and checking the tire pressure was a great task for my 5-year-old. And then I got my 9-year-old to pretty much do everything else, from jacking up the car to torquing the lug nuts. Now we just have to pop back into the car's infotainment system for 2 final steps.
Now after your tire change, you're going to go back into the vehicle menu, service and checks, and turn the wheel change mode off. Then you're going to go up to tire pressure monitoring. Because we've changed the tires, we need to memorize the pressures. We're on a level surface right now, and we did check that all the tires
have the correct pressure, so we're going to store the tire pressures. There we go. Now, you can go back up to your drive select and return the car to its normal height. And off we go. Hope you enjoyed this video.